I really wanted to do a super long philosophical video because I just feel like recently I've been having a lot of like super long philosophical thoughts, and I thought what better way to get them out there into the world in my philosophical life than to just like put them down in a YouTube video. Do you know what I mean? Because life is short. And one thing that I've come to understand recently, and I feel like I'm 20 and I've grasped this idea, but there are some people who are much older than me and they haven't grasped this idea yet. And I think it's so important, because honestly it will change the entire trajectory of your life. That is my new favourite sentence to say. I will be saying it quite a lot here and there. But, okay, I get scared when cars go past so quickly. But here is a lesson, and here's how I'm going to explain it, and here is what you need to take away from this video. So before I go into it, subscribe please, thank you. If this video has ended up on your explore page, if you stumbled across this video, if you searched up this video, if someone has sent you this video, however you have found this video, that means that everything has worked up to this moment for you to view this video. That is the whole moral of my video in a nutshell. You found this video because it's for you, and my whole video is going to be about how everything works out in your favour. It's all about perception. And I know you might have like heard this so many times before, but hear it again from me. This video has ended up for you to see it because it's the universe working in your favour. So you then watch it and you take away the lesson from it. The universe is always in your favour, and you have to always remind yourself of this. In any minor inconvenience, the universe is still always in your favour. In any big, large inconvenience, the universe is still always in your favour. And you have to think of it that way, because perception is so important, because a lot of things aren't about what happens to us, it's about how we react to it. And I know that, again, it's easier to say than do, but honestly, once you start actively rewiring how you think of things, it changes you as a person. It changes how you think, it changes how you see other people, it changes how you evaluate situations, and it changes the whole trajectory of your life. There we go, I get to say it again. So it's so important. For example, I kind of like briefly mentioned this in my previous video, but I really wanted to go abroad, and I got an allocation that I didn't want to go to this uni that to the states that I didn't want to go to, and there's nothing wrong with it, I just didn't want to go there. So when I got the allocation, obviously it was a bit like of a bummer because I didn't want to go there, but I thought, well, the universe is always working in my favour, so there must be a reason that I got this allocation out of all of them. It was the one that I kind of like joked about going to, and I didn't want to go. So then I declined it. Because I thought I wasn't going, I then managed to get this car instead and things like that. After having this car, I was then able to like become better in my driving and things like that, and drive around to places and have so many new fun experiences that I wouldn't have had I not had a car. I knew getting rejected from that, something good came from that. And then, because I still continue to keep thinking the universe is in my favour, there's something way better out there, or a better way that things will unfold that will have better consequences, or better people I meet, or better experiences I will have, things like that. I then suddenly out of the blue one morning, wake up, check my email, and I got an offer from the university that I really did want to go to in California. And I was like, what the hell, like everything worked out perfectly, and I could not have planned it myself any better. Because had I got California from the beginning, I would never have gotten my car, I would never have had all the experience I've had with my car, I would never have driven to all the places I drove to with my car, right? And like, I just feel like that's such a small example, but there's so much to take away from it. In the grand scheme of things, there are so many more other times where I've also had to just like flip the way I think of things, and it has always worked out for the better, because now San Francisco is somewhere I'm so excited to go to compared to like my first allocation. And hear me out on this one, like even for example, a week before I got my email saying that I'm going to be going to, or like there's a place left for me to take if I wanted to go to California, I was looking into a house to move into next year, because I was thinking I was going into my third and final year at university. So while I was doing that, I was like looking at houses and things like that, and it was just not going quite to the plan I had in my head. Of course it was going perfectly according to the plan of the universe, the plan of God, because he is the best planner, like the best planner. And again, like I said, when I say the universe, I mean like something greater than that, something greater than what is in our power. So like God has the greatest plans for us, and he is always on our side. We just need to see it like that. So as I was saying, nothing was going according to the plan that I had in my head. But little did I know that a week later I would get that email saying that I'm going abroad. So anyway, at this point in time, let's like go back now, that whole week before. And for example, I went to a house viewing, and because I was a little bit late, I got caught up in something and that caught me up. And then I was late, I didn't get to view the house. So I had no opinions on it, so I couldn't sign the contract. Then in another situation, we thought it was confirmed, there was some miscommunication, the letting estate agent man never turned up, so that one didn't work out either. And there was like these little hiccups that kept happening, these other people that like dropped out of the house contract. So I was like, okay. And then it worked out perfectly for me, because had I signed the contract, it would have been really difficult for me to like get out of that then, once I would have changed my mind to going abroad, if that makes sense. And like, here's something I was telling my housemate the other day as well. Like, the more you tell yourself the universe is always in my favour, God loves me the most, to the point where he will always give me, if he doesn't give me everything I want, he will give me better than what I want. And I just feel like you need to really see things from a perspective of positivity. And it's like that analogy which I love so much, and it's like the dog and the bones. If someone had a chicken wing and the dog really, really wanted it, but the owner didn't give it because they're like, no, I care about you, I'm not going to give it to you because it's not good for you. And the dog gets angry. Like, it's like the same kind of situation. Like, we're the dog, right? So we're chasing this bone that we're annoyed that we're not getting, but we're not seeing it from the bigger perspective that it's to protect us, or it's like for what's in our best interest. I'm not joking, it's like 16, 17, 18 degrees in here. I'm wearing fluffy socks. I'm dying. So the more that you start to realize everything works out in my favor all the time, and everything that happens is the best way that it could possibly go, it's the best thing that could happen, the way that it has happened, then you start to really see things differently. And then the more good things start to happen to you, because you start to rewire yourself to think positively, everything that happens is a good thing, and then that therefore goes to draw more good things your direction. And if it's like something which is emotionally difficult, that is training me for something in the future where I will then be stronger. And like, that's how I see it. And I just feel like, again, whatever it is, it's so important. Like, for example, the day that I didn't make it to the house viewing and I was late, whatever it must have, if I burnt my toast that day, or if I was having a bad hijab day, whatever it may have been that was annoying or like bad in the moment, seeing it positively, like in hindsight, makes me think, wow, like it couldn't have gone any better. Like, the way that it happened. Drink break. I'm sweating so much. Kind of links to like my favorite quote, which is rejection is redirection, because that's so true. Like, whether it's like rejection from a job or like a thing you want to do, an opportunity, a person even, if someone rejects you, like, that is a good thing, because God knows things about them that you don't know, or things about that job dynamic that you don't know. So it's only to protect you. And of course in that moment you're going to be bummed about it, because you're going to see things from your perspective and your glasses. But think about something that sees everything from the outside. Think of like how God sees it through his eyes, where he can see everything and all of the kind of positives and negatives, and he's looking out for you all the time. I'm going to peep my Crocs really quickly with my fluffy socks and my spotty trousers. Oh gosh, I'm hot. I'm gonna have to take my socks off. I'm not gonna lie, at the start it's gonna be like an exhausting way to think, but slowly it will come to you like second nature. Like, you'll be like, everything's working out, and it will work out in the end, and it always does. Even like tiny inconveniences. Once I had a jacket and it got dirty, and like it was new, so I didn't want to put it in the washing machine just yet, because I thought it would damage the quality of it. And I was, at the start I was like, ugh. But then I was like, hang on, maybe it got dirty, so I have to wash it, because maybe there was like something on that jacket, whether it was like germs or like whatever, that if I didn't wash it, it would have been really bad. Here's another example as well. So there was this job in summer, like a little summer job that I applied to, and at the start I didn't get in because there was this assessment centre thing and I didn't book the date in time. So they were like, sorry, no dates left, you can't come anymore. And I was so bummed about it. I was like, what the hell, like that would have been a really good opportunity to go and earn some extra money. So instead I just started thinking of like other side hustles, and I started to like seriously look into other ways to make money, which is what I then started to pursue. And then, pardon me, then like a few weeks later I randomly got an email and they're like, oh, there's another date on this day, do you want to go? I jumped and I was like, yes, I will be there, like I will fly there if I have to. So I went to that one, and I haven't heard back yet, But of course, you know, if I get in, then that'll be amazing. If not, it's because there is something better for me to be doing in that summer, something way better planned beyond my comprehension. So at this moment, I don't know whether I've got in or not. Most people say if you've been invited to the assessment centre, you have got in. So assuming that I have got in, that was amazing then, because that then enabled me to pursue both things. And again, if this doesn't work out in summer, that's because God has way better plans for me in summer. And even if it's not, you know, in that job earning that amount of money, maybe it's putting time aside to really, really pursue something I want to do, like YouTube. I want to talk about lucky girl syndrome in another video, because the more you think of positive things, opportunities will come to you like this. Like this. You don't have to think about it, because that's what I'm telling you. This is what this video is about. I'm going to do like a whole other video on the whole like lucky girl syndrome thing. It's so real that when you think positively, positive things gravitate towards you, good things happen to you more. And it's just amazing. It's amazing how much your thoughts dictate your life, the trajectory of your life. This is a really little example, but I wanted to say it anyway. And it's that I was cooking, and I was like, shall I make food to drop it off at my friend's house? And I was like, shall I go a bit later? Shall I just do it tomorrow? What should I do? And while I was thinking about that, I was like, I'm really craving ice cream, so I want to go to Aldi and drive and get this specific ice cream that I had in my head. Like, it was so specific, and I was like, I want that ice cream. So I was like, what should I do? So while I was cooking, I was thinking all of that. So I finished cooking, and then I was like, I'm just going to walk to her house. She lives just down my road. I'm going to drop it off to her. Listen to the story. Like, this is crazy. And it's obviously not that big, but to me it was so big, because I was like, oh my gosh, like, I did something good, and now the universe was good to me. I went and I dropped off the food to her, and she was like, wait, let me give you something. And I was like, I don't want anything. Like, I didn't give this expecting anything. I just wanted to give it to you so you can eat something nice. And she opened her freezer, and she gave me the exact ice cream, like the exact box of the exact one I wanted. And I was like, whoa, like, it was crazy. So I didn't even have to buy it, and it was just so cute and wholesome. I low-key feel like I should be in podcast now. I think I would love it. Like, I love talking, and I love it so much that I just love talking. Like, the sound of my own voice puts me to sleep at night. Like, I love it. So that's pretty much in a nutshell what I want to say. I say in a nutshell, and I feel like I've been going on for ages. But basically, what I wanted to say, the main moral of my whole video is anything that feels as if it's not going your way is what you think about the situation. It is not a reflection of the truth, because that's not true. Things are always going your way. Always, like, always. Things are always going your way. And you need to, like, really affirm that. And you need to really, like, tell yourself that and rewire it. So whenever you have any inconvenience in your life or something which comes up, you have to almost step out of your own body, step out of the world. I know it's not possible to do that, we're not God, but what I'm trying to say is, like, see it from a really external perspective and think, maybe there's just something better. Like, honestly, it is so minute compared to, like, yeah. So I think honestly just having faith that, like, God has always got you is gonna get you through things, and that's all I pretty much wanted to say in this video. So if you found it useful to any sort of extent in your life, then I hope that you can get something away from it and like this video. If not, like it anyway, maybe come back to it another day. Maybe I can help you then on that day. But either way, that's all. I'm gonna go because I'm really hot in here. I'm actually gonna suffocate. But yeah, maybe I don't know what I'm saying. Me being in this really, really hot car has made me think of, like, dogs that are in hot cars. And it's made me reflect on all the dogs that sit in hot cars. Maybe some of them have died, and now that I think of those dogs, I'll be more compassionate to dogs in the future. Okay, bye.